animal behaviors, they can tell you that no matter how old the dog is, you can still teach new tricks. And by the way, we're not dogs. I like what Jim Rohn says. If you don't like what it is, then you can change. You're not a tree. And you look at the person beside you and assure me that they're not trees. The second thing I want to share with you now is this. Believe in a cause that has to be greater than ourselves. I can't cause change to happen if the people I am contacting or I'm in connection with do not believe in a cause bigger than ourselves. Causes are always mightier than policies. I'm a businessman. I cannot force my people to change as a matter of policies. You know why? Because people are willing to die for a cause. I've never met anyone who has agreed to die for a policy. And number three, you gotta be a lifelong learner. We cannot just believe or disbelieve anything in a vacuum. Neither can we change or unchange anything in a vacuum. That's why we gotta learn. I like what Eric Hoffner says. He says, in a time of drastic change, it is the learners who inherit the future. The learned usually find themselves equipped to live in the world that no longer exists. And that's the reason why, in a world that is constantly changing, you and I are left with only two options. We can either continue to change, or we can remain learned or continue learning. And the last one I want to share with you now is this. Execute excellently. Excellent people as well as excellent organizations do not believe in excellence alone, but are in constant state of improvement and constant change. In other words, they are not static. They execute brilliantly. Fail they must, but they recover and never waver on their standards of performance. Question, how many of you have ever failed before in your endeavors? Raise up your hand. Oh, good. We're in good company. I guess the beauty of the Logbook is that it reminds us to learn and it equips us with the tools for learning. J. Paul Getty says, in times of rapid change, experience could be your worst enemy. I believe that. And in the world that is constantly changing, we can either stay learned or we can continue learning. Guys, I talk to different audiences all the time. This is something I want to share with you. Sometimes the most difficult audiences for me are those who are learned, those who carry a lot of degrees. Have you ever met people like that? I mean, you visit their offices, their walls are lined with different degrees. The guy has more degrees than the thermometer. And when they give you their business cards, they're so intimidating. There's so many alphabets attached to their family name. Have you ever seen one? Pagbasa ko, sabi, grabe to, PhD, MBA, MA, MD, DPD, RIP, TNT. But totally clueless to what's happening. And that's why we gotta learn. Not every change is an improvement, but every improvement is a result of change. Let me end by saying this. Change can be a friend. But do consider this. This is my ending sentence, and I hope this will be dramatic. Listen carefully. If nothing ever changed, then there will be no butterflies. Let me repeat that. After I say this, you're supposed to respond, ah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. If nothing ever changed, there will be no butterflies. Thank you very much.